I got a whole boat full of people partying just for anal sex. Ease your woman into the experience. Butterflies everywhere. In the hoop. Everything you need to know about anal sex. Hey, it's Alex Holman. We're talking about anal sex today. And it's an important topic, I think, because a lot of couples enjoy it and a lot of couples are terrified of it. And a lot of couples, of course, aren't interested in it at all. I guess I should start there by saying if you're not interested in anal sex, it's okay. It's absolutely fine. Everybody gets to choose what they're comfortable with and what they're not comfortable with. And you shouldn't feel like this is something that you need to add to your sexual repertoire. Anal sex has become a lot more common in recent years because of the rise of internet pornography, and it's just a staple and a normal thing in porn, but it's not necessarily a normal thing for the average couple, and it doesn't need to be. Whether or not anal sex is a natural act is up for debate. There are some chimpanzees that they see doing it, particularly bonobos, so it could be a fairly natural thing, and there's certainly nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, obviously, it may not be biologically wired into us in a natural state because it doesn't lead to pregnancy and, in fact, can lead to a lot of diseases and a lot of problems if it's not done right. So let's talk about how to do it right. To begin at the beginning, preparation before anal sex might involve abstaining from food for 4 to 6 hours. Not necessarily, but it's not a bad idea to be evacuated and empty, and it's a good idea, obviously, to use the bathroom prior to make sure everything's out before you try and put anything in. Secondarily, you might want to wash well and clean the area. There's a lot of different theories on the best way to clean yourself prior to anal sex, and I think that there's some misinformation about it. A lot of people recommend, or it makes sense, obviously, to douche or to put some force liquid up into the anus. It's probably not actually a good idea and probably will be counterproductive. When you force water up into the anus, what happens is it goes past the rectum and into the colon and actually causes some spasms, which makes some liquidy, muddy stuff come down, and really will just make it probably a lot nastier, and you'll think, boy, it's a good thing I did that, or it would have been even worse. Well, not the case. It's probably best not to have an enema prior to anal sex. Item 2 is you should definitely use a condom. I know there are people that don't. I know that if you watch pornography, you see it seems like the most common act in the world to have anal sex without a condom, but it's probably not a good idea. There really are some diseases up there that you need to worry about, and it's safer for you, safer for your lover if you use a condom. And also, definitely never ever take the penis from the anus and put it into the vagina or any place else, including the mouth. Again, you may see this a lot in pornography, but it's not something that real people ever ought to do. The chance of getting some kind of a disease, at minimum, some kind of a yeast infection, is extremely, extremely high. Also, you've probably heard that you should use plenty of lube during anal sex. This is definitely true. You want to use plenty of lube because the tissue inside, once you get past the rectum, is extremely soft and can tear. That said, you don't want to use too much lube during anal sex because that can also, because it's liquidy, if you inject lubrication directly into the anus, it can actually, again, go around the bend of from the rectum to the colon and create cramping and only lead to problems you probably don't want to have, problems that could potentially be embarrassing. If you're new to anal sex, obviously it's a very, very good idea to start slowly. It's best to start by inserting a finger or maybe 2 fingers in order to ease your woman into the experience. Butterflies everywhere. I don't really think I need to mention this, but I'll mention it anyway. Men with anal sex, and particularly the first time, you do want to be more gentle and more careful than with vaginal sex. The tissue inside the anus is not intentionally built by biology to handle rough thrusting, so go easy. Psychologically, the issue is when it's a woman's first time and she's nervous about it, is that she tightens the muscles up, and this can lead to some problems and even some pain. So the best way to proceed, particularly the first time, is for the man to stay perfectly still and for the woman to slowly back herself at her own speed onto his penis. I got a whole boat full of people partying just for anal sex. With all of these warnings and technical know-hows and everything else, it can sound like just a giant nightmare, but of course for a lot of people, this is a very beautiful part of their sex life. A lot of women find anal sex extremely pleasurable. A lot of men find it extremely pleasurable. It's a psychologically and emotionally very intimate act for 2 people to share. And if it's something that you're drawn to, it's probably worth exploring, and exploring carefully. As always, be good to each other, and I hope your sex life is everything that you want it to be. Please come take a look at our website if you want some more great tips on how to improve your intimate relationship. This is Alex Holman, Revolutionary Sex. Till next week.